Hey y'all, it's me Hannah, and today I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this Valentine's Day makeup look. Valentine's is just 4 days away, and I'm so excited, and definitely will be wearing this out when I go out with Jared for Valentine's. But this is just like a simple look you can do, and it's actually using this palette, the Novo Silky Texture eyeshadow palette. This one is an Amazon product that my husband bought me for the wedding because I wanted some peachy tones, and it ended up coming way late. But it is just such a fun palette, which you could achieve this with the Cherry palette from the Naked collection, which if you want to see a tutorial maybe using some colors from that, maybe I'll have to just go get it and we can do that. But yeah, so this is just a fun little palette. There is some fallout, but honestly no more than like any kind of drugstore makeup, even the Maybelline palettes and everything. I did re-adventure out on using the Airspun powder. This one actually is something that you'll see a lot of YouTubers using, especially when they're doing costume makeup. It's a really nice and thick but soft powder that my nose is itching really bad. That they'll use for like, you know, when they do glue over their eyebrows to disguise the eyebrows, they'll use this to set it. I even saw James Charles and Tati use it recently when they were doing some kind of costume-ish makeup. But I just do not like this product. I haven't liked it in a while, but I did end up buying it a while back, probably about a couple months ago, and I didn't like it. Thought I will retry it today for the video, just for some mattifying effect, but I will always go for the Laura Mercier powder. Theirs is really good, or the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Powder. But this one is just a drugstore alternative. One of the reasons I don't like this is it does make my nose itch, and I noticed that. It makes it feel very dry, even if I moisturize my skin, which I did do before doing this video. I don't know. I mean, it looks nice. I will admit that. Like, it actually worked pretty well for baking. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of under eye problems generally, which is nice. But just not the hugest fan of this. Maybe I should give it another try later on. But this one is definitely not a favorite. But I think maybe I should try it. I did use my favorite lip color, which is the Revlon Matte Balm, and this one is Striking is the name of the color. This is such a beautiful color. I wear it all the time to work. It doesn't really smudge. It will last for a couple hours before having to reapply it. It's just a really good product, and it gives me that I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball kind of a lip look that I sometimes want to get. But in general, I just really love this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video just in time for Valentine's Day. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, to start off this look, I am going to use the Novo Silky Texture palette. I love this so much, and they have different ones. I'll link it down below. And I'm going to spritz my brush, and then after that I realized I needed to go ahead and blend some shadow into my crease. So I'm using the lightest brown color, and we're just going to blend that into my crease, realizing I should clean my brush just a little bit better, because it did give me a little bit darker on that side than it does on the other side. But that's okay, because we're just going to mess around and play today. They do blend really well. I will say there is a tiny bit of a splotchiness if you're not careful. You just have to blend them very well in order to get the desired color, but it does work when you blend with many different colors. I took the second dark brown and put it in the outer corner. It didn't really do a whole lot as far as deepening it up, but it still just added a tiny bit of depth to the outside of my eye. It was just really pretty. Then I took that wet brush and went in with the lightest color I could find. It's just kind of a champagne color, and I used that for my highlight areas. And yes, I know my brows are crazy. I need to go get them done again. I've been so busy since getting back from the wedding, I really haven't been able to, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do that coming up soon. I will say this highlight type color is not very pigmented. It is not the best one I've tried, but that's okay. Then I'm going in with this beautiful berry tone, and we're going to put this all over the lid. As soon as I put it on my lid, I was like, yeah, that one's really pretty. And I do think this is a very fun color. Some pinks are not very wearable or red tones, but this one just seems to be just very pretty and not, it doesn't make you look, and I don't want to be weird, but it doesn't make you look sick or anything. It's just a very pretty color, and I love the way it makes my eyes kind of pop. Especially with having blue eyes, it's hard sometimes to find colors that really look good on my skin and with my eye color, but this one's just really pretty. And then after I put it all over the eye, I ended up taking the fluffy blending brush and just kind of using whatever product was on my brush just to blend that edge a little bit so we had no harsh lines. And then I went in with this kind of orangey color and I put that closer to the outer corners. Don't really know why. I thought maybe it would add a little bit more depth to the color because they don't have a very good dark brown or anything. The two browns I used in the beginning are pretty much the only ones they have in the palette, but I wanted to use only one palette for this. And then I ended up using, well, I ended up using that berry tone. This one made the look perfect. I ended up using this to blend it in the outer area and then through the crease, and it just turned out really, really pretty. And I just really, really, really liked the way it looked. It kind of brought the whole look together, having a little bit of that berry tone in the outer corner. And of course, I have to blend the berry tone onto the bottom lash line. Something you can do is you can actually make this whole look into a halo eye by adding the top right-hand corner eyeshadow, which is kind of a almost a holographic kind of orange, which I'm sorry I don't have a picture of to show you. And you can put that in the center of your eye, which would be such a fun highlight. I kind of wish I would have done that for this look, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to blend the berry onto the bottom corner of the eye. And I always make weird faces when I do this because I'm trying to keep my face really, really straight. But went ahead and blended that onto the bottom of my lash line, that's the word. Then I'm going in with this color and just kind of adding it to the outside just to add a little bit of sparkle. And I just think it really is a pretty color and kind of made the look kind of come together. But of course, when we put eyeliner on, it really, really, really comes together. So, of course, I'm just going to blend a little bit, blending it out, getting those edges the way I want them to be, connecting that lash line to the blended area on my eyelid, just for a little more flow. And then I'm taking the Master Studio by Maybelline. This is their metallic liquid liner, and I really, really like this product. I think it's really a beautiful eyeliner. I am running out. That's why I end up having to pause the video because I had to go get another one, but I'm just going to line my lashes. I like to go kind of thin and then kind of thick towards the outer corner. Just kind of a careless kind of line. And then, of course, the wing is everything. This took me so many tries to get the right kind of wing because I started off like that, then did the other eye. It turned out awful. Finally, redid both of them, and I like how they turned out. I'm using the NYX XXL mascara. It's a pretty good mascara, very thick, I will say, so sometimes it does add some clumpiness to your lashes, but the volume you get from this is beautiful. I think really all you have to do is just kind of scrape off some of the product off of the wand before applying. I will say it is kind of big and chunky, so I do have a little bit of problems getting on my lower lash line. I don't know if that's a problem anyone else has, but I do feel like it makes a big mess. But it is one of my favorite mascaras so far, just because of the way it does make my lashes look once it dries. So pretty. And excuse the way I'm kind of stopped up right now. I have a lot of congestion and everything, and I sound gross, I know. Now, it's funny, later on in this video, I don't know when this happens, I guess when I set my stuff and I blink at one point, it gets everywhere because it does take a little bit of a time to dry. I just have not found a mascara I like better. So I went ahead and cleaned out the fallout so we could do my face. And for my face, I'm just going to clean off all my skin. I did end up moisturizing before this video, and I didn't feel like I needed to again. And as you can see, this happens more often than you'd imagine. And for some reason I thought, oh, it's still not dry, but I'm going to add the setting spray. Maybe that will set it. And I blink, wet it, and open my eyes. And of course, I had fallout because that's like a Hannah thing. It happens all the time. But that setting spray by Rimmel is absolutely the best one I've ever tried in my life. Even more than the Smashbox one. Sorry, honest opinion. I love it. Then I'm going to take the NYX concealer. This is the two-ended one. It's kind of conceal and contour. I don't really use the contour. It's the wrong shade for me, but I'm using the concealer. Sometimes I'll use my foundation. In fact, a lot of the time I will. But this time I decided to just conceal because my skin's doing okay right now. It has had a couple breakouts recently on my cheek and my chin, but we're just gonna use my blender to blend it in. And as you can see, that concealer is pretty good. It does conceal quite a bit. Not perfect, but a nice coverage right there. And it did conceal my big mountain on the side of my cheekbone pretty well. And I'm just gonna blend the product up and over everywhere. And then I ended up doing something I really, really regret ever doing, and should have had the products ready, but I used the Airspun powder. I do not like this. I will actually review it at the beginning of this video. I probably already did. I don't know. But I just do not like it. It's so powdery. It's kind of gross and kind of smells like something an old woman would wear. No offense to any old ladies out there, but I'm not a huge fan of the product itself. So I ended up baking with that all over my face, and then I'm going to go ahead with the Too Faced Power of Makeup palette, which is an oldie but a goodie. And I'm going to take that beautiful pink color and bronzer, and we're going to do some bronzing contour stuff in my face. And I actually end up using the same brush for both techniques, for the blush and the bronzer, but it's because I could not find my normal brush, so I just wiped off the product and then went in with blush as well. But I just really like this contour, powder, bronzer kind of look. It's just really pretty, kind of natural, and I don't know, it's a really nice product. And then I decided to go in with a blush, and I did the technique on the apples of the cheeks. You gotta smile and apply. You can see how pigmented this color is, even being a very old palette that needs to kind of meet the graveyard of palettes. But I went ahead and applied that, and then I'm going to remove the baking. It didn't turn out too bad. I'm not a huge fan. I feel like it kind of accentuates my lines, fine lines, wrinkles. I don't have wrinkles on my tongue. Well, I do kind of. It's kind of sad actually. But it's just a fun product that I'm using, and yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of talking at this point. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the same brown color with this foundation brush that's angled, but I really like the shape of it for contouring, and I didn't realize that you couldn't see what I was doing, but I pretty much just contour the sides of my nose, kind of my little dip, and the bottom of my nose as well, just to kind of, I don't know, I had a little dimension to myself. And then now I'm going to apply my lipstick. This is the Revlon Color Balm stuff in, oh, what's the name of the color? I'll tell you guys what the name of the color is in the beginning of the video. I just cannot remember the name. But it is just so, so beautiful, and yeah, I really, really like this. And of course, having to just make sure I get that Cupid's bow right. I do have a little bit of a weird shaped Cupid's bow. One, as you can see, one side of it is a little bit smaller than the other, so it does make a little bit of weird application. But then I took one of these colors, the lightest color from this Divergent palette that I had from forever ago, and I'm using it as a highlighter. It is so, so pretty and works so much better than the color that I did use from the palette for my eyes. So I ended up using it as an all-over highlighter for my eyes, or for my brow bone and my inside corner of my eye. But it is just so, so pretty, and I really like it a whole bunch. It's so, so nice, and adds a beautiful, healthy glow to my skin. Well, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and then make sure you hit that notification bell so that every time I post a new video, you'll be notified. If you have any suggestions for videos, go ahead and comment them down below, and I will see what I can do. Love y'all. See you on the next video. Bye.